Next on Panther Pregame, High Point arrives in the mountains ready for business in the Big South Tournament and showed it in an 81-59 win over Gardner-Webb in the quarterfinals and will look to continue its dominance into the semifinals against UNC Asheville.
Our togetherness, the fact that any one of these guys on any given night can carry the load is what makes us tough to game plan for.
Plus, the High Point women look to make its second straight trip to the NCAA tournament.
We always say we play one way, the High Point way, right? That's how we play, and I feel like we've done a really good job of being able to do that. We just have to stick it through.
All that and more next on Panther Pregame.
Welcome back to Panther Pregame. I'm Gabriella Radburn, joined by Nick Allen, and we're so excited to be coming to you again here in Johnson City, Tennessee. Both our men's and women's teams are set to battle tonight at the Big South Conference Championship and hopes to get a bid to the NCAA tournament. Yesterday we saw our men's team defeat Gardner-Webb 81-59, and we saw so many standout performances from guys, both our starters and people off the bench. And I think that's a big testament to our program and the depth that we have.
Yeah, and the Panthers got out to a great start. They started off the game 12-0, and they really just continued their excellence, right? Scotty Washington had 19, and Terry Anderson had a double-double, 13 and 14, his fifth double-double of the year. Braden Hosson had a great game. Rob Martin had 16. Owen Aquino had 10, and he left the game early, and that's the biggest question going into this game is his injury. He suffered a hamstring injury. Not sure. He's still questionable to play. The team doesn't know if he's going to play. He wasn't even on the bus line. So have to see if he plays or not, but that's what this team, right? They have a balanced scoring attack, and actually we're going to listen to Flynn Clayman in a second talk about that, right? Is that this team doesn't just have one superstar. They have a balanced scoring attack. So let's take a listen.
We don't just have like a superstar, but our depth, our togetherness, the fact that any one of these guys on any given night can carry the load is what makes us tough to game plan for.
Well, despite being 3 hours from High Point, North Carolina, the student section has been absolutely electric here at Freedom Hall Civic Center. Jake Vesey got to learn a little bit more about what it took to get all the students here.
One thing about High Point University is fans travel, and it's not just High Point University students that made their way here to Johnson City. Community members have also made their way to the Freedom Hall Civic Center here in Johnson City, Tennessee. But the main focus is on those students who have packed those buses earlier yesterday afternoon and made their way here to Johnson City, Tennessee. High Point University students made the trip from over 3 hours away to cheer on the Panthers as they look to go back-to-back for the first time ever. Panther students have been gearing up for this weekend for weeks as the tournament approached. 3 full buses of students arrived decked out in merch to support the teams.
This is such a great event the university puts on, traveling to the Big South tournament to cheer on our Panthers. I had the privilege of going to this tournament last year with the university, and I knew I had to go this year since it was such a great experience. The university provides free housing, food, transportation, and even tickets to the game.
Planning an event of this magnitude is no easy task and takes ample preparation to pull it off.
A lot of it. We've been doing this for several weeks and continuing to reach out to students, trying to reach them in different ways, emails, text messages, face-to-face interaction, and just trying to get as many kids as we could to come out to Johnson City.
There is still the opportunity for students to make their way here to Johnson City.
Hey, there's still time to come. We are looking forward to a championship Sunday, and we still have seats available for that trip as well. It's a day trip only, but hey, be here, Johnson City.
It's a student life, and it talks about the Big South and the road trip to Johnson City. They can also call student life if they can't find it.
And I spoke with Bradley Taylor and Gwen Noel from the Office of Student Life, who told me over 600 High Point University students are expected to make their way here to Johnson City, Tennessee by the end of the weekend. Remember, those students are having hotels and all meals paid for. Reporting for Panther Pregame, I'm Jake Vesey.
The women's team is set to face off against the number 4 seed Winthrop later today after coming off a great revenge win against USC Upstate 2 days ago.
Yeah, you just mentioned it, right? They lost in the final regular season game 55-50, and High Point came out with something to prove, and they came out in the first couple minutes. Nevaeh Zavala hit a couple three-pointers, and the Macy Spencer Conference Player of the Year, right? Conference leading scorer. She came out and dominated, had 20 points. Nevaeh Zavala had a great game, 18 herself. And this team came out with a lot of intensity. We're going to toss it over to Chelsea Banbury, the head coach, on the intensity that the Panthers came out against USC Upstate.
Man, I'm really proud of how our group came out tonight. We dropped one last Saturday to Upstate, and I challenged them. We watched a lot of film on it, and just the overall intensity on both sides of the floor was completely different from what I saw the other day.
And look, this women's basketball team, Gab, has had a lot of success this season. Won their first 10 conference games, and a lot of that has to do with the chemistry and the culture of this winning team. And our own Tanner Ripley got a chance to sit down with a few players and the assistant coach on how this chemistry and how the culture is shaping the success of the Panthers.
Over the course of this season, the more we talk about these Lady Panthers, the more improvement we have seen. They keep improving in very natural ways, and that is all due to their success in the team chemistry they have built throughout the season.
Any given night, it could be anyone's day. We have so many people that step up, that do the little things that might not show up on the stat sheet.
Those contributions come from new and experienced players.
We just have to stay together. I feel like we've added a lot of new pieces this year, but they've also meshed very well.
Those new pieces saw the potential for something special.
I only took one visit in the transfer portal, and I was here. The school is amazing. The coaches were amazing. The players, when I met, they were amazing, and I loved the winning program, the winning culture.
The relationship construction started right away in the summer, even if that meant sharing parts of your home culture.
In the summertime, for midsummer, it's a little tradition that they have in Sweden. Anna hosted like a little get together and a little breakfast for us all, and gave us a little taste of what it's like to be back at home.
All this leads to one connected group on the court.
We always say we play one way, the High Point way, right? That's how we play, and I feel like we've done a really good job of being able to do that. We just have to stick it through till March.
And with their win yesterday against USC Upstate, the women look to continue their success in the Big South Tournament. Reporting here in Johnson City, I'm Tanner Ripley for Panther Pregame.
All right, well, that's going to be all from us today. We are so excited as tip-off is set in 50 minutes here in Johnson City. The energy in the arena is already picking up as the men are about to face UNC Asheville, who they actually opened conference play against earlier this season.
Yeah, and the fans should be rolling in a couple minutes. And look, I don't know if you love basketball, but we were here for all day yesterday, and High Point had a great game yesterday. But those last three final games were, two of them went into overtime, and the last one was excellent, right? See if this game turns out like that. High Point blew out Asheville in both games this season, but Asheville had a dominant game yesterday against Longwood, won in overtime 85-82, and the three-headed monster, right? Taylor, Wright, and Solomon combined for 78 out of the 85 points. We'll see how the Panthers stop them, see if Owen Aquino plays tonight, which is the big story. And then on the women's side, right, they have a game against 6 p.m. tonight against Winthrop, who I don't know if you remember, but there was that incident late in the season where Takara Johnson threw a couple punches on Nevaeh Zavala, right? But Macy Spencer had 38 points that game, so we'll see how she comes out to play, which she will, Conference Player of the Year, right? So we'll see how she comes out to play. But that's all for Panther Pregame. I'm Nick Allen.
And I'm Gabriella Radburn. Roll Thurs.